Michael Andretti. Every IndyCar broadcast starts with Michael Andretti, but here's one Pablo Montoya, concentrating. The car's about to make their way out and onto the grid for the Grand Prix of Long Beach. Yeah, it's a Grand Prix. This used to be an F1 Grand Prix. Nowadays it's an IndyCar Grand Prix. But it's still a grand prize. It's one of the more important races in America, the Indy 500 and the Long Beach Grand Prix. They're kind of the two big ones that every driver wants to win.
The champ cars are ready. They're already rolling on this new circuit here as we celebrate the 25th anniversary of the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. There is a lot going on.
Yes, as we see the overhead of the city of Long Beach, the cars are out behind the safety car on the warm-up laps. There's Dario Franchitti. You can spot that helmet. You might even think it might be David Coulthard. Basically have the same helmet. But here's a look at the straight. And where you turn left over there, that's turning onto the new section of the track. And there were some issues there. Here's Friday. This is the practice on the qualifyings and that. That's Scott Pruitt losing it. Ritio Gugelman hit the inside wall, as did Richie Hearn. And yeah, some drivers having some struggles. It was a bit slippery on that new section of track. And they'd have to navigate their way through that. Here's our grid, Tony Kanaan and Dario Franchitti on the front row. Two very, very fast young drivers. Followed on the second row by Brian Herder and Max Pappas. I love the way it's 61 seconds instead of 1 minute, 1 second. That's cool. Montoya started fifth ahead of Adrian Fernandez. And then Gil DeFerrin and Greg Moore. And rounding out the top 10, Jimmy Vasser and Paul Tracy.
85 laps is the distance. The pit window opens at lap 15. We got plenty of onboard cameras for you. In these hot temperatures in the 90s, keeping track of the tires. And how are you going to fuel the cars in this race? Some think you could do this one on one pit stop.
Base cars off, I'll let you know. Get ready for green.
Let's go racing. Oh, yeah.
Position 2 on the map.
Tony Kanaan brings the field down now. And we go green. Now the critical turn lies just ahead at the end of Shoreline. The field screams down for Shoreline. The rest of the field comes off the corner slowly. Tony Kanaan moves to the front. Herta challenges to the inside into that first turn. Front of the field through there clean.
Great move here by Brian Herder.
They've made it through the two critical parts now. Herta in the lead, followed by Kanaan. Franchitti is third.
Going nice and clean through the first section.
And now they have rejoined what is the circuit formerly used here for the champ cars. With Brian Herta leading the field. Good move on the start. Tony Kanaan in second. Franchitti sits back in third. Herta moved up from the second row to take the lead.
And here's Montoya back in fifth place at the moment. Whoa. Letting it loose.
Oh, did you see Montoya kick that thing sideways as he came off the hairpin? Battle at the front of the field. And already somebody in trouble, and this is at the hairpin. That, of course, is Patrick Carpentier sideways.
And this is this is the 90s, so nowadays this would be an immediate caution safety car as Kanaan dives down the inside.
Kanaan. Off of Seaside, drops to the inside, makes the pass, pick up the lead. Carpentier, I'm going to say, now 2 races in a row has problems in the early going.
But the safety crew, they just come out in IndyCar and push the car and get it started and get him back on his way. Just watch Dario here, setting up Herta on the inside and then like a trailer park girl going around the outside.
And Franchitti makes his move on Herta. So Franchitti moves up to second place now behind Tony Kanaan. They begin to bubble at the top 3. You're on board with Montoya. Boy, keep an eye on his hands. Just watch this kid throw the car.
We saw him shift down from 6th down to 2nd gear. He'll leave it in 2nd gear all the way through this complex. That Honda motor spinning up to 15,000 RPM. We saw him short shift up to 3rd there, Paul. That's a strategy not only to try to conserve fuel, but also tires. You can see the car in front of him sliding. That's Max Pappas. The problem is there, Paul, it falls drastically off camber. It's hard to pick up on the camera, but it's a 6-degree slope change as they come through. He's up to 4th, 5th gear there.
Richie Hearn's got a problem. He's picked up one of the banners from the edge of the racetrack. Now the problem here,
Keep going, you're fine.
Had it stayed on, would have been cooling.
So problems for Richard Hearn, and yeah, an interesting one with the banner there. But he was also missing his right-hand mirror, so that was interesting. That would maybe complicate things for him later in the race. Let's have a look what happened.
Whoa, Robbie
Tarso
Gordon.
Marquez pushed Robbie right out of the barriers there. He clipped it, and that banner, unfortunately, I think was collected by Richie Hearn.
And so that pretty well explains the whole thing. There's Hearn with the banner.
Okay, so that was the start of what would be, unfortunately, a very long afternoon for poor Robbie Gordon. He did not have a good race, not this year. So we'll quickly talk strategy. They were aiming for one stop, which was possible with some safety cars in there, but it was a real stretch. Two stop was more likely. So the guys at the front going super fast, they're on two stops, these two. But then poor Robbie Gordon, he did some exploring.
Oh, Gordon's off again.
He was looking for a way to rejoin the track, and then he had a look. Oh no, there's nowhere to rejoin here. So watch him flick that around.
This is his local track. He wants to get back into the fight.
That's a nice piece of driving, Paul, to spin that car around in such tight confines, except I think he just clipped the tires there with the left rear.
Showman Robbie Gordon, he is good. Back onto the track itself.
There you go.
Montoya and Brian Hearn.
So during all the breaks and spins and all the other things, Max Pappas was passed by Juan Montoya, who was now right up with Brian Herder. And just to note, this is Juan Montoya's third race ever, so he's very impressive for a young rookie. Yeah, the commentators are already quite impressed with the young man. As you can tell the way they talk about him.
And you know, like many of the great drivers, he has kind of a shy little smile. Almost looks at you a head down when he talks, but obviously is enjoying himself. And hey, if you got a ride with Target Chip Ganassi, I think I'd probably be a pretty happy guy too.
Luis Garcia went off at the hairpin, but again, no safety car, no caution. See, the guys just run out, they'll pull him back, and then they'll push start him, and he'll be back on his way because there's no damage there.
Suddenly, drivers reporting that they're losing grip with the rears. Let's check in also with Juan.
Max Pappas, he was causing a traffic jam on the streets of LA. And yeah, difficult to pass on this track, but not impossible. But Max Pappas was going rather slowly, but was still pretty good on the brakes. And Cristiano D'Amato, he went around. He just tried to go in too deep on the brakes. And yeah, as I said, drivers were reporting some rear tire wear and issues. And then
The twin flags at the start-finish line and raised yellow.
Yes, it was time for a caution. And that meant everybody came into the pits. Here's Tony Kanaan. This is a very good quick stop. Dario following him in. Montoya, all of them would pit under this caution. And everybody had, well, the top guys, they all had a great stop. See Dario very quickly out there. Kanaan's already gone. Montoya's following. So there was no real big change of lead. Here's Jill DeFarron. You can see pit. Look at the background. Cars just going past, coming in, going out. He has to wait. Pit lane is very, very busy. Everybody pitted. It was right in the pit window for a two-stop. And possibly, you could also possibly extend for a one-stop here. Here's Michael Andretti.
Very, very narrow, as Michael has found out on more than one occasion. So as we join you, the green flag flies over shoulder line on the Toyota Grand Prix of Long Beach. Tony Kanaan retains his lead after a great stop. Dario Franchitti remains in second. Montoya, exactly where he came into the pit, sitting in third, followed by Herta, Fernandez, DeFarron, Pappas, Fittipaldi, Vassar, and Michael Andretti.
Yeah, so not much changing after the pit stops. And these guys now have decided to bring out another caution. There's a ruined Penske car right there.
On that, it'll come out of there. Here's what happened, Parker.
Holy moly, Paul. Scott was trying to go down the inside of, it looks like the car, it's hard to see there, but it looks like Tarso Marquez didn't anticipate. You got to slow down when you're side by side going into the corner. We'll look at it from this angle, Paul. Oh yeah, you can see he just speared him coming down the inside. He was trying to go around the inside of Elio Castroneves there. And Tarso just came in way hot, locked him up offline. There's no grip there. A lot of rubber already being thrown off the outside in the marbles, and just speared the back of Pruitt, turned him around, and that's the end of their day.
Look, Bron Breaker just speared him. That's some quite good advice there. If you're going to be overtaking someone down the inside, you have to use your brakes and slow down.
Now as the green comes out once again on the 31st of 85 laps, Tony Kanaan still the leader. Franchitti second place. There's Franchitti. But take a look at Montoya. Montoya to the inside. Well, lets the back end go, catches it.
And no fear, poster child at it again, Paul.
Alex Barron was having a good run, but then he was in the tie wall. What a move there from Montoya. Calling him the poster child, you know. These guys, in his third race, the people were very impressed with Juan Montoya's performance. And so they should be. Montoya earning the respect of many. Here he is. He's just overtaken Dario Franchitti. He's running second. He's chasing down the leader, Tony Kanaan. And he is all over the back of Kanaan, all up in his mirrors, and just looking to force him into that mistake. As they pass the scene of that accident, that's busy being cleared away. There'll be a yellow flag there, so they have to slow down, no overtaking. And these guys in IndyCar, they actually obey these rules. Not like Formula One, where there's always a dispute. Did you slow down? Look at Montoya here, all over the back of him. Really good for a rookie in his third race. Really good performance.
On board with Montoya now. We're just going to ride with him here as he chases Kanaan down.
We get a good indication of Will Montoya's quicker than Kanaan.
30 miles an hour.
Really, he's gaining and Will is losing out. You see Kanaan out of the corners very quickly away.
Up through the gears.
Montoya catching him up on the braking.
Max in the Honda out just over 15,000 RPM.
Getting in the draft a bit here.
Hard on the brakes, all the way down to second in that sequential box. He just pushes the lever forward to go down.
Still no pedal shifting. But the rally style sequential gearbox is what they're using in 99.
Joins the old circuit here, Paul.
My name's not Paul, it's Eddie.
And keep in mind, this onboard camera is higher, so you can see where you're going. From Juan's perspective, he's down in a tunnel. He can't see through these corners like our onboard camera can.
Oh no! The leader of the race, Tony Kanaan, off head-on into the barrier.
Okay, we see it, Tony. Sorry, buddy. Nice job, anyway.
That was Steve Horn, team manager now there, talking to Tony Kanaan, saying we see it on the TV. Oh, no.
Yep, sadly, that's how Tony Kanaan's race came to an end. But guess what?
This is in turn 6, Paul.
If you don't know why we're taking shots at turn 6, when the car's in the wall at turn 6, watch the Shane Van Gisbergen video. You saw a shot of the track there, track coming up a bit at turn 6, and that's what was causing the lack of grip and cars just sliding off, really. If you were wide in turn 6, you were in the wall. The caution came out and it was time to pit, and Montoya pitted, came out ahead of Franchitti. There was an accident in the pit, the cameras didn't catch it, but here's Paul Tracy. He was involved in that accident in the pits, and he'll talk us through what happened.
We thank Pappas, we thank Michael, but certainly he is out of the race. Now the full course yellow, you saw it for the car of Tony Kanaan, who was the leader of the race at the time. And Parker, maybe we can figure out what happened to the leader. We think that turn might have been part of the problem.
This is Juan Montoya's view of the leader up in front of him, Tony Kanaan. They're just now transitioning from turn 5 back to turn 6, where they rejoin the old circuit. You can see there Tony's way wide, Paul. He just missed the turn in for turn number 6. And I tell you, if you get a car width out of the groove, there's enough rubber offline, the car has no grip. It's like hitting gravel, like hitting ice, and the car went right into the tires. What a shame.
Can you tell us what happened? And we didn't see it here on pit road as you exited.
Yeah, I got a couple guys on the stop, and I was going down the pit lane, and another car, I think it was Michael, swung out in front of me and just swung right over into me and threw my car in the air. Pretty similar to what happened to him and Emo a few years ago, and just, bent the rear suspension, and you can't really fix it at any time. So it's Los Angeles traffic jam in the pit lane.
Thank you.
Keep an eye on Franchitti in second place. Well, for that matter, Franchitti hurt a Fernandez and Fittipaldi.
He snookered him, Paul. He absolutely snookered Dario Franchitti. Unbelievable. Look at the lead that he's pulled.
Yeah, he pulled a big lead here, Montoya. Caught Dario napping a bit there on the restart and had a massive lead. And Dario was slipping back. Brian Herter was looking and having a look. Dario had to go defensive there to cover him off as they made their way around through the first corners without PJ Jones. He hit the wall. Don't worry, it's not turn 6. But poor PJ Jones, yeah, he hit the wall. What he was doing was just coming in too hot.
PJ trying to go down the inside of Greg Moore there. It was for position. Never got tapped by Greg Moore. I take it back, and apologies to Greg. He just got in hot. Offline, it's very...
So another caution, and again we went racing. This time, Dario, he wasn't going to let Herter catch him or let Montoya get away. He was wide awake this time. And Juan got a few car lengths on him. They all got a few car lengths on each other, except Michael Andretti. He's diving down the inside and making a great overtaking maneuver there. He just hung it out there and went. Robbie Gordon, unfortunately, was exploring the limits of the track and the scenery in Long Beach again this time. He managed to get back onto the track without too many shenanigans.
Hairpin ahead. Let's look at that battle from the blimp. DeFerrin comes to the inside. Drag race down the straightaway. Michael gets a little better off the corner. But DeFerrin's right there. Now the tell will come at turn number 1.
Montoya may have had everything under control up front, but these guys, DeFerrin and Michael Andretti, they were still having a great battle. And them battling was causing the others to catch up to him and join them in the battle. So there's some great racing going on in Long Beach.
And this may change the entire complexion of the race.
Yeah, because if any more cars hit the wall at turn 6, we're going to be, you know, a bit sozzled.
On board, coming through turn 6. Oh, Paul, that is the same place that Tony Kanaan got into the tires. You can see he missed the apex by probably no more than about a foot, and that's all it took. Now, that's the same place where we saw earlier that the track is coming apart, and Cristiano, unlike Tony, you can see his skid marks just lower to the right there. Cristiano missed it by inches.
So this left us with, after the caution, a 5-lap sprint to the end.
Crowd jumps to its feet. They're off of the hairpin.
Green.
Franchitti stays there on this one. Herta tucks in pretty well, loses some distance. Fernandez falls well back. Franchitti's all over him down to the first corner. 4 laps to go. Now Herta, he almost loses it. Franchitti is right there and pushing him. Herta's closed back in.
One to go. White flag.
Chip Ganassi telling Juan Montoya you got 1 lap to go, and he had pulled a big lead on Dario, and he could actually just take it easy on his last lap. Look at that, he's got a massive lead, and in very little time he pulled out this big lead. A great job by Juan Montoya here.
Oh, this kid is good. So very, very good. Juan Montoya, his 3rd race in the series, looks for his 1st career win.
The man. You are the man.
There you heard Chip Ganassi say it.
You are the man. Great job.
Oh, without question, the 39th winner in kart history, and the name is Juan Montoya as he thanks the crew. Look at that. There's a happy guy.
Remember, Juan, now for Victory Circle, you come in the back door.
And Dario Franchitti comes up alongside to congratulate him.
Interesting how things work in America. If you win the race, you get to come in the back door. I think that means on the way to the podium. Get your minds out of the frickin' gutter, people. Come on. No, seriously. There he is, a very happy young man, Juan Pablo Montoya. Great drive, great win. And yeah, let's see what he had to say about that.
In this magnificent victory podium, Juan Montoya, your 3rd champ car race. Did you at any point think that you might be able to make the transition so quickly that you could become a winner in just your 3rd race?
Yeah, I think we've done a quite good job. Japan was very close to win, but we ran out of fuel. And here we just had absolutely right. The car worked beautiful the race. We did a mistake in qualifying, and it wasn't that bad after all. You know, we could go by everyone, and I think just thanks to all the guys and thanks everyone in Colombia that followed me, my girlfriend, everyone.
Tell me what happened now when you're chasing Tony Kanaan and suddenly he had the problem. Do you think you pressured him into a mistake?
But I was pushing him quite hard. We were running quite lean in field, so we're looking very good. And I would just start pushing, trying to show him the nose, and he started making a couple of mistakes. His car started to slide, and whoa! It was funny because I went to turn, and whoa, he just kept going straight. Thank you.
4 straight wins for Ganassi and Target Racing. Congratulations, great drive.
Thank you very much.
Jan Bigas?
Yeah, cool to see Juan Pablo Montoya winning his first ever kart race. And he would go on to Formula One, to Williams, which is not that great, but he was Kimi Raikkonen's teammate in McLaren, and they were the 2 coolest guys around. That's going to be it for this video, guys. Hope you enjoyed that one. For the Shane van Gisbergen win featuring the rules of the drinking game, there it is right here for you, and as well as a playlist of a lot of other first wins for you to enjoy. Hit the like button if you liked it, and don't forget to subscribe. And until the next time, have a good time all the time, guys. Cheers.